elders in your village, in your house, your elderly ones, your elder brothers, elder sisters, the society at large, the Egbon Adubos, what were you told? Or what did you learn from them? There are there are there are two major ways by which you could be told something. You could be told directly, you could be told indirectly. So there are certain things that people have told you, they say those things to you directly, and then there are those that uh, they told indirectly, meaning that they simply put it in action. There is a way they act around you, and at the end of the day, you pick certain things from there. You pick certain perspective. You pick certain mindset from that singular act, and then it now goes to own your perception about life. He gave you a particular orientation, how you act, and then he turns he changes your mind in a way that even you might not even know that is there. You might not even know, you might not even be able to trace how you act, how you behave now to that particular saying. But over the years, that is what has really shaped you, has shaped your thinking process. Many of you can't think right again. You even think you are thinking right. In fact, you argue it that you are thinking right, but really you are only echoing a lot of things that have been said to you over the years. So what most of you call thinking right, or what you are thinking out, your argument, your basis of discussion in these days, in this age and time, are simply echoes from your past, echoes from your background, echoes from your fathers, echoes from your mothers, echoes from your elderly ones, echoes from your Egbon Adubos, things that I have said jokingly or otherwise. And that is simply what you are echoing. So there are two major ways by which um our things gain access into our mind. One is by sight, what we see, and the second one is by what we hear. Two very powerful gateways into your mind: your sight and your hearing. So the things that you see, the things that you hear, they shape on your perceptions. Your perceptions about life, about things, are formed. Your perception about things are formed about the things that you see, and about the things that you around the things that you hear. So we can say that a man is definitely, a man is as good as his mind. When you see people say somebody has lost his mind, meaning that he has lost everything, that the sum total of his humanity. What makes a man, what makes a man a functional man, is because his mind is still intact. Unfortunately, we have a lot of youth, a lot of teenagers, and a lot of people, really, even a lot of adults, that have lost their mind. But you will think they are still in their right frame of mind, but really they are not. It's not only the mad people that you see roaming about the streets, that you see on the road, that have lost their mind. A lot of people have also, even though they dress well, they go out. Even among us here, that we are speaking to ourselves like this, a lot of us have really lost our mind. What do I mean by you losing your mind? It is when your own original faculty of thinking, your own original force that is responsible for shaping your perception, for determining or defining your perspective, it has been relegated to the back. And then everything you think about, everything you say, everything you however you act, everything you do, is now on the basis of the things that you have been told and the things that you have seen. So you really don't have your own mind anymore. That is when you have really lost your mind. Somebody that has lost his mind is somebody who cannot, he would think he is thinking genuinely, but then his thoughts, as I said earlier, are mere echoes, of other people, things that he have heard, things that you know he has seen. So a man is as good as his mind. Every man is a product of his mind. When you see a very good man, it's because his mind is good. When you see a bad man, it's because his mind is bad. When you see somebody who has a very brilliant mind, who is a brilliant person, is because his mind is brilliant. If you see, and a lot of people that change things in life, you must be able to think genuinely. You must be able to think from your own mind. You must be able to use, because God gave everyone mind. God gave you that mind for a reason. God, it is that mind that we use to access the spirit realm. It is our mind that connects our spirit man, in the physical and the spiritual realm, that connected to our physical man. It is through our mind that we bet possibilities from the spirit realm. So you can use your mind. A lot of you do have your dreams now. So it is your dreams. All that you see in your dreams are product of your mind. A lot of things that you think about. In fact, most of us, you will think something so much during the day. At night, you begin to dream that thing. It is because your mind is so powerful. Your mind is a force. Your mind is the only force that connects you to the spirit realm. So you can, it's your mind is where you host your imaginations. It is what you use to imagine. It is what you use to bet possibilities here. And because of that singular part of us as human beings, that is how we know that what we can achieve as human beings are limitless. We are beings of limitless possibilities, and it is because of our mind. So if anybody is here now, and one of the things that they have told you is that something is not possible, I for one, I don't like hearing that it's not possible. It is, I am averse to impossibilities. When somebody says this thing is not possible, in fact I want to do it, the moment you tell me that it's impossible, that is when I even now want to do it. I want to try it, because I know that by the virtue of being a human being, I have a mind that is limitless in possibilities. God intentionally created it that way, so that as a man think in his heart, so the man become. If you think you are rich, then you are rich. If you think you are poor, then you are poor. If you think you are bad, you are bad. If you think you are good, then you are good. So a mind, when you want to control a man, just control his mind. When you want to control a mind, a man, control his mind. If you can control his mind, you will control his character. If you can control his character, then you will control his purpose. If you can control his purpose, then you control his destiny. So it goes on and on like that. So you want to control a man, you control his mind. When you control his mind, then you control his character. If you can control his character, you can control his purpose. If you can control his purpose, then you can control his destiny. Do you get me now? So most of the things that you were told, they are the things that have formed, what you become. And if care is not taken, a lot of the things that you were told when you were growing up, a lot of the things that you have seen, that you have heard when you were growing up, they are going to eventually end up as your own experience if you don't get a reorientation. It is why this particular kind of reorientation and gathering is very important. You now have people. What we do here is that you now have people that will tell you some other things, because what we do in the world, how we change the world, is about telling ourselves things. Think about it. The president, we know we have a president because he tells us things. In fact, we voted for him because he told us things. We had people that we didn't vote for because they said things. So people can influence your behavior by telling you things. People can influence your character. They can determine what you will become in life by telling you things. All right. So people can tell you things, and then the things that they tell you, it has a way of going deep into your mind. It goes straight into your senses, and then it begins to shaping your perception, shaping your perspective about life. So you have to be very careful of what you are told at every point in time. There are times that you will reevaluate them, that you will weigh them, you will understand the ones that you need to pick, and then you will understand that the ones that you need to just put aside. That, okay, I'm not going to do this one is not for me, this one is not going to be my experience. Because what people tell you goes a long way to determine how your perception will be formed, and how your perception will be formed determines your own character. It determines your attitude and your reactions to things that happen in your life. And then when those things are happening to you like that, the moment they begin to determine your reactions to life and character, they begin to determine your purpose, and they begin to determine your destiny. So you have to be very careful so that you don't eventually become all the bad things that you were told, that you think, okay, this one is not for me, I can never be this one. I bet you that if you don't get a reorientation, it is a matter of time. You might end up becoming what you were told. You might end up becoming some of the things that you dislike so much. And I just believe that today, by the time we are done with this orientation, that a lot of you, and that is shaping your your orientation. So now you have to be intentional about evaluating those things, all the things that you have had. It is why some people will tell you to unlearn. When you unlearn, you now relearn. So when you now relearn, and even these things, as I'm telling you now, don't even take my words for it. You understand? if you believe everything that I say, line, hook, and sinker, without evaluating them, without filtering them, then you are still repeating the same thing that we are trying to correct you from doing. You are still repeating the same thing we are trying to save you from. All right. Once you hear anything, you must be able to have your own mind to say, okay, what this person is saying, well, how does it concern me? How does it affect me? How does it relate to my life? So, how does it relate to my life? Once you can, wrap your mind around how it relates to your life and the one that should be your experience, you are intentional about filtering out those ones that you don't want, and then you pick only those ones that you want. So that is when we say you are making your own decisions. A lot of it, the decisions that you are making now at present, although they are decisions that you make, that you decide what things that you decide to do, but I can tell you for free that they are not your decisions. They are decisions as a result of things that you have been told. You make those as a result of things that you have been told. You cannot, meanwhile, a man cannot make decisions beyond what he knows. Most of the things that you have been told are the things that you know all your life, and really you have to begin to learn to change them. So I say all those to let you understand the importance of reevaluation, the importance of reorientation. You have to be able to reevaluate things that you have had. You have to learn to hear the dangerous ones. There are some that are very dangerous. You unhear those dangerous ones. In fact, those ones that are dangerous, they are the sweetest most of the time. They come as something that gives you protection. They come as something that in form of prayer. You think you are doing good things, but there is something it does to your mind. There is something it does to your mind. There was a day that I was telling someone, at our home church, we had this back and forth about, if you are a Christian here, for some strong Pentecostal churches like ours, women don't wear trousers, and this has been there, from years. As a woman, you are not supposed to wear trouser. Trouser is a sin unto God and all those things. So while I was growing up, I kept challenging those things in my head. How would you tell me that a woman wearing trouser or using earring is what makes them go to hellfire? Fine, if you say a woman wearing trouser or using anything for that matter seductively, in a bit to seductively attract men or those things, will go to hellfire. Fine, I'm fine with that. But when you say the trouser itself, so even when big banku trousers, like the person is really not seductive about it, the person is not trying to attract any man, nothing, just big trouser by a woman, by just singular act of wearing any kind of trouser at all, you are telling me that the person will go to hell. And then I began to reevaluate those things, that I'm sure this thing God cannot be this petty that you people now decide this must be human attempt to try to control people. And then we began to go back and forth on it, and then I really went into the Bible, and then I did a lot of study and a lot of research, and I realized that in fact that thing is just a lie, a big lie. And then they only used it to try and protect, when you don't want people to overdo some things, you now the lie, and with the hope that lie will somebody said baggy trousers. Yes, thank you very much. I don't know what people call all those trousers anyway. So baggy trousers. So, and then I now realize that they told them those things in those years, when Christianity just came, they told them all those things in order to try to guide their behaviors, and ensure that they don't go overboard. You understand? So because they don't want people to go overboard, they put those things in place, and then that thing has nothing to really do with salvation, going to heaven or not. So once I discovered that thing, I started fighting tooth and nail. I now the reason why I'm telling you this was that I now discovered one thing, that when you see, so I was telling that person, you see that thing, do not wear trouser alone. It sounds religious. It sounds very simple. It is not, it's not something that you should worry about. But then, do you know that as simple as it sounds, it goes a long way to determine your behavior and the kind of person that you are. I now showed the person that go and check. A lot of people that maybe a lot of them not to wear the trousers, but they eventually wore those trousers. Go and check. They are the ones that they will call rebel, and then the fact that they call them rebel is a pointer to something positive. It's a pointer to that they are the ones that actually have their own mind. Those are the people that have actually decided to say, okay, let me think for myself, you understand, and then decided to go against the norms. The fact that a particular saying or a particular orientation has stayed for a very long time does not mean is wise. That orientation could be a very foolish orientation that has just survived, the test of time. So don't say because they say that it is that's how it's been done. In fact, every time you hear that is how it's been done, please challenge it. Every time you hear that's how we have been doing it, that is your cue to challenge it. Every time you hear that's how we have been doing it, that's how we've been doing it, please challenge it. Because the more you challenge it, the more your mind open, the more you are now forcing your own original mind to come to the fore of your thinking pattern. You are no longer thinking with other people's mind. You are no longer echoing your thoughts, your actions, your character, your behavior no longer echoes what other people have told you. And that is how it should be. So we were taught by societies that and those that we look up to, especially those that you look up to, be very careful of the things that you take in from those that you look up to. For example, if you look up to me now, this person can, I respect this person a lot, I respect this man a lot, I learn a lot from him. Please be very careful, because you have to develop your own mind. If you are not careful, what you will realize is that eventually you are going to be becoming like me. Meanwhile, every leader's responsibility, it's not to make you like them. Every leader's responsibility is to ensure that you become the best version of yourself. So never accept everything that makes you to become like me if you respect me a lot. So that is one way to ensure that you break free from the mind of other people, so that other people's mindset, other people's perception will not become your own experience. A lot of us here now, we have not even started living our lives. We're still living the lives as dictated by other people's. So we have been taught by societies, we have been taught by our parents, we have been taught by our elderly ones, and then all those things, they are they form our behaviors. So I will just so that I can, because I still have a lot of things to do anyway, but then I will just pick some of the things that you were told. In fact, if you too have some of the things that you are told, you can drop them in the what's it called, in the chat room. I will pick some of them too, but let me just some of the ones that I know that you have been told. And number one, the first one that I'm going to tell you is on your mindset and your this one is to ensure that we have what we call identity reorientation. Some of our mindset and our identity, they need reorientation. So number one point that I'm sure that some of you have heard this, especially the Yoruba side of this world. Number one, or under this identity orientation, is don't talk back to elders. How many of you have heard that you should not talk back to the elders? Is that when elders are talking, you keep quiet? Keep quiet. When others are saying things, just shut up. Just shut up. Don't talk back. Don't talk back to elders. You see, it is number one thing. The first thing that you need to know is that respect and silence are not the same thing. Respect and silence are not the same thing. Respect and silence are not the same thing. Please, I'm repeating. You need to you need to get it into your head that respect and silence are not the same thing. You understand? It's just that you can respect elders by talking back at them. When I say talking back at them, you are not abusing them, you are in your own view. In fact, you are allowed. See, it's not even only elders. When you are in a discussion with people, even your mates or even those younger than you, ensure that you give people allowance to talk. Let people make their own point. That is how it is even one of the good behavior, good orientation for you to allow others to express their opinion. So when they express their opinion, you then come in to say, okay, this is my own point. This is the reason why I did what I did, and this is what I believe, and I believe this is right. And then the person also will go ahead to. So it's not even only elders. Generally, you have to respect the person that you're having a discussion with by allowing them, to express their own. So when an elder is done expressing his own mind, you understand, then you too have the right to express your own mind. Nobody should say don't talk when an elder is talking. So an elder should be telling lies on top of my head, and I will just close my mouth there and I will suffer for it. In the long run, all these things, they begin to affect your confidence, they begin to affect your reasoning, and then even by the time you grow in life to become, to get to the position of leadership, they begin to affect, how you act. Before you know it now, you are doing something that is right, that is not right. Instead of you to challenge those things and then so that you make those things right, you can't, because all your life they've told you not to talk back at elders. No, don't talk back at elders. Don't talk back at elders. So this is the first thing that you need orientation from. You have to understand that respect does not mean silence, but to add respect to whatever you say back to an elderly person is to allow the elderly person to express him or herself. Once the elderly person is done expressing him or herself, what do you then do? Then you express yourself too. You understand? So it's not, I don't know, I think Yoruba people, maybe they feel like all elderly people are wise, so you should allow them to talk. They already know what you want to say and all. Meanwhile, old age is not the same as wisdom. Foolish people grow old too, and you have to understand that foolish people grow old too. In fact, rather than wisdom, some old people aggregated foolishness all their life. Now they are very abundant in foolishness. They aggregated foolishness through their teenagers. A lot of them didn't have the opportunity to hear these things as you are doing now, as you are hearing now. They didn't have that opportunity to hear. So because of that, what they had from their own, God forgive me, what you had from their own foolish elderly ones, they added it to their own aggregated foolishness. Yes, so they now grow old, and the only thing they have in abundance is their foolishness, not even wisdom. Now, when they grow old, because at old age, the number of people that can correct you has now become very small. So a lot of people can't control or can't correct old people again. So anybody that's why they said a foolish at 40 is a foolish forever, because at 40 years old, the number of people that can correct him or can tell him that you are foolish, they become smaller. And then because of that, there's every good chance that person is going to be foolish forever. So when a foolish old person is talking, fine, don't call him foolish, allow him to express his mind, but immediately he's done talking, let him know that respectfully that, sir or ma, please, can I express my mind? I have something to say too. And if by the time they turn into argument and all back and forth with you that you should not talk, just take your leave of that place. But ensure that before you leave that place, you make them understand that you have something to contribute to that matter. Don't just close your mouth every time they say you should close your mouth. Do you understand? So please, don't talk back to elders. That was not what they were supposed to say. What they were supposed to say, it was because they knew that children, they can be overboard sometimes. Children, they don't have filter in their mind. So children can just say things how they feel. Instead of allowing us to express ourselves when we're small, so that when we grow up, instead of them to say, no, that's not how you express yourself. Well, next time, don't say this to an elderly person, but express yourself, but don't say this. Don't say this, because this word is bad. It's as if you are abusing him and all those kind of things. Don't say this so that you can respect. Instead of them saying that what they told us not to do was not to even talk back to elders. If you are not talking back to elders, how then are we supposed to engage them? I mean, in life, it's not only your mates that you are going to be, to be interacting with on a daily basis. So that is one. Don't talk back to elders. Let's throw that one out of our mind. You can talk back to elders. Do not disrespect them, but talk back to them respectfully. Make your mind known. All right, make your mind known. Never shut your mouth up. Never shut up yourself. Somebody said we're going to use telepathy for elders. I don't understand. Maybe we channel our mind to their mind and let them just see us. Let them just understand what we wanted from their own mind. So it's not possible. We have to talk. All right, people have to talk. In fact, the way people express confidence is by talking. You understand? The way you express confidence is by talking. We know who is smart and who is foolish when they talk. The Bible says a a foolish person when he does not talk. People think he's wise. So it means that what people say determines, their eventual identity. People can decipher who you are by talking. How many of you have liked somebody from afar? Maybe you just had a crush on somebody from afar, and then the moment you hear the person speak, you say, no, it's not possible. The person immediately becomes ugly just by saying something, just by mentioning anything. Meanwhile, from afar, you've admired, look at this fine boy, look at this fine guy, in fact, I would like to have this as my boyfriend, as my girlfriend. But the moment the person comes close, or the moment the person expresses his mind, or the moment the person chats you up, you just say, no, it's not possible. What kind of human being is this? Because when people talk, that you then know who they truly. So when they shut people off from talking, what they have done is that they don't even allow people to know the kind of person the person is. So please, your personality is captured in what you say. So nobody should talk. Nobody should tell you to shut up, even if it is for an elder. So that is one. Number two, under that identity reorientation is this one. It has to do with peer pressure. This one, they will say everybody is doing it. How many of you have had it? You want to do something, they say everybody is doing it now. It's normal thing that everybody is doing now. You two just do that. Nothing is there. See, the fact that everybody is doing it is a peer pressure mindset. Yeah, everybody is doing it. What is normal does not necessarily mean that it is right for you. The fact that it is normal does not necessarily mean that it is right for you. It can be normal, but not right for you, please. It can be normal, but not right for you. So you have to have your own mind. One thing about me is that I've always been the type. I told my one. In fact, I've always told them, I said that this that if you move bad company, okay, how do they say? They say bad company corrupts good manner. Bad company corrupts good manner. I mean, it's true for somebody that does not have a mind of his own. Any company at all will corrupt his manner. You understand? Meaning that if bad company can corrupt your manner, your good manner, it means that even the good manner you were taught, you didn't develop them, you didn't understand them, they were not a product of your own reasoning, of your own mind. I mean, you can tell that to children when they are growing up. You can try to protect them to ensure that they don't, follow bad company, maybe because they don't have their own mind. But the moment you grow, you are a teenager, you are a youth, now you have your own mind. So how would you allow bad company or any company for that matter to corrupt your own good manner? The good manner that you created by yourself, the manner that you yourself, you were the one that formed it, and okay, this is fitting, this is morally sound, this is okay for me. And then you now say that some people, because there is a pattern of behavior that they now have, you now become influenced by that behavior. So it's, in fact, if you see anybody like that, and if you have anybody like that here, thank God that you are in this reorientation group. You need reorientation. If that's how your life, you will only live your life, you tailor your life after what other people are doing. You tailor your life after trend. And one thing about trend always goes out of style. One trend will come now, it will go out of style, another trend will come in. So it will mean that you have to be, adjusting your character, adjusting your behavior, with the new trend that is popular in town. And that is not how to live. A man or woman must be balanced in his behavior. People, you must be reliable. What they call reliability is that there is an expected way of behavior, minimum way of behavior that you have shown people, and then people have now come to know you by those standards. And then those standards, you should uphold them. No matter what comes, you should be able to uphold them. Because everybody is doing it, that doesn't mean you should do it. You are not called to blend in. You are called to stand out. And at every point in time, at every opportunity, you should find your own footing, find your own platform to stand out. You were not called to come and be blending in with some people. In fact, you should stand out. Let me tell you something. People love people that are outstanding. People love people that stand out. I'm telling you, people don't like you to blend in. God didn't create you to come and blend in. God created you to make your own mark. God created you to stand your own ground. God created you to have your own say. God created you to be able to, to have your own distinct identity. Something that, you are very important to this world. And then you have to understand that you are important to this world, you are important to the universe, you are important to this life in general. And then by the time you begin to blend in, you are living. You see, when you blend in, you live other people's life. You are never going to experience your own life. And it is okay. It is all right for you to experience your own life before you die. So please, everybody is doing it does not mean that you too have to do it. You have to do it. Even if it is good. In fact, everybody can be doing good things. The fact that is a good thing, maybe there is a cloth that is trending. You understand? Make sure that even if you are going to buy that cloth, it's not because everybody is buying it. I mean, you can see a fine cloth that is trending and you like it and then you buy it. But please let it not be that every new cloth that comes out, the moment your friends buy it, you too you have to buy it, just to ensure that they see you. In fact, me, anytime people start doing something like that, sure, me, my rebellious mind will make me to go and do the opposite of what they are. If everybody is wearing suit and tie and then they are doing, that is when me I want to come. I will now go and find one traditional wear to put on. I remember when I was in LASU, I think it was my 100 level. School 100 level, you are still new, you are a newbie, you are very coded, you don't want to do too much, you don't want people to, that's when you are still forming your identity. A lot of people will fake a lot of things at that at that 100 level. Some people will start behaving like scholars. So those that are actually scholars will be behaving as if they are not scholars. Those kind of things in 100 level. So, and I always like to eat swallow. I'm a swallow person. Being born by that, I love food. You understand. I like food. So I like swallow, especially all these eba, semo, and cook. So in LASU there, I attended LASU by the way. In LASU there is a woman that sell swallow at the kitchen. And I go to that kitchen. Everybody bought swallow. My beloved people, all of them were asking for a spoon. They were asking for forks to eat. They were using amala. They were using spoon to eat amala. They were using spoon. So I got there and I was like, look at all these people. Like everybody got there. In school, everybody got there. They were eating. Me, I was like, hey, God of heaven. Abiodun Solotan. I can't do all these things that all these people are doing, And I can tell you that there was no person there that was using hand to eat amala. Me, I saw it as an opportunity to stand out. And that is how my life is. When people are doing something, I go, in fact, I want to do the one that will call your attention, that people will not see me. I now expect you to express concern, over that my behavior. I will now, because in my head, I'm already, thinking of the things that I'm going to say to you to defend why I should not be doing what you are doing. So the moment I get your attention, what do you think I will do? Use that opportunity to educate on what you are doing. So the moment I got there, I just ordered my eba. The woman served me eba. The woman herself offered me a spoon. That yeah, take spoon now. I said, don't worry, mommy. Just give me a basin with water that I can use to wash my mind. The woman was surprised. The woman said, please give me water. They gave me water. I washed my hand. I sat down at a place where every one of them can see me. I washed my hand and then I digged in. The moment I started eating, there was a lady beside me. The lady looked at me in shock. Like all of them looked at me with shock. The lady was like, and I seriously, I like how you are using your hand to eat that eba. Me too, I like to use my hand, but I just saw that. I said, you be deceiving yourself there. You say you cannot enjoy this eba with spoon. Eba was not originally made to be eaten by spoon. Nobody from our forefathers, when they established eba, they didn't establish eba with spoon in mind. Spoon came later. So when it now came, you cannot turn, the food of our what's it called? You cannot turn the food of our land and turn it to Igbo food. If you want to eat eba, eat eba. If you want to eat rice, eat rice. If you want to go and eat shawarma, eat it. But if you are eating eba, please endeavor to just use what is supposed to be. And do you know that girl dropped the spoon, washed her hand, and then started using her hand, and then she was no longer ashamed. Now, what she did there, me, I don't like it. You know why? Because it means that she, in the first place, she was not, doing things as a result of her own mind. She was only doing it because everybody. Now, there are some people that will genuinely use their spoon to eat their eba or amala. In fact, I can tell you that I have once used spoon to eat at that same place or at that same spot. I once used spoon to eat. I think it was amala. What happened that day was that I did not want to wash my hand. I did not want to go through the stress of washing my hand. I was the HOC of my class. I had papers in my hand. I wanted to go and do photocopy and all. So I did not want my hands to have water or anything that I would now have to be washing my hands. So it was something I had to do fast. So I couldn't come. So I told them to give me spoon and I used spoon. So, but what happened was that I did it, being fully conscious of why I was doing it. I was not doing it because other people were doing it. I was not doing it because I want to impress anybody, So that is when she now saw me too that I was using my hand, she changed her approach. I don't like that. That's why you are just following people. You're now using your hand because I'm using my hand. You were using your spoon because other people were using spoons. So that kind of person, the person needs reorientation. So please, the fact that everybody is doing it doesn't mean that you should do it. Be very careful of peer pressure mindset. Now, number 3 under this mindset and identity orientation is when people say, do you, it's your life. How many of you have had just do you, Jare? Just do you. Now, only speak. How many of you have had just do you? You only live once. It's your life. Just do it now. It's your life. Is it just do it? It's your life. It's your life. You are the owner of your life. See, really, people have to understand. In fact, all of you have to understand here that it is not your life. It is not just your life. All right. It is your life affects. In fact, a lot of destinies depend on your life. If I want to do me, do me. If I want to do me this night, I'm not going to be here with you. You understand? I have a lot of other things that I can do to it. In fact, I can just sleep. I can just watch movie. That is me doing me because, I enjoy myself. I enjoy my life. Yes, you only live once. So just enjoy your life. Please, it is not your life. You are responsible for other people's. It is responsible to say it is your life. People, destinies are connected to you, and all of those destinies, how they will turn out, they are dependent on how you begin to live your own life. So how other destinies will turn out depends on how you live your life. So please, your freedom, and you see, the end to freedom is responsibility. This freedom that all of you like so much, the day you decide to be responsible is the day you lose your freedom. Freedom is not such a good thing. Freedom makes you reckless some of the time. You see somebody that cannot be disciplined, that cannot, you cannot keep your freedom in check. The fact that you are free to do things. In fact, discipline is realizing that you have the chance and the freedom and the opportunity to do it, but you still not do it. That's discipline. Discipline is when you decide not to do something, not because you do not have the freedom, but because you not do it. A lot of you now, you cannot tell us what your behavior will be. The moment you have money now, a lot of you have not seen 30 million before. The day you see 30 million naira is the day your character changes. All of you are still in Digus group. You are following Director Beam. You are following. You are saying this. You are behaving as if you are obedient. You are trying to learn. You are this. You are that. I'm not going to do what my parents do. The day you have money is that character change, and it is because you have not realized, because money brings freedom, and when that money brings freedom, you know what to do with that freedom that it gives you. You understand? So you don't know what that freedom gives you. The freedom that you now have, you don't know what to do. So please, you must be disciplined even in freedom, because your freedom ends when it begins, and you have to be responsible. You have to be a responsible person. See, it is hard to be responsible. I see people living their life anyhow, people smoking up and down, doing whatever they like, doing anything. Somebody can a guy will just wake up tomorrow and say, today I just want to pierce here because life. He will pierce his ear to I want to do that. To next tomorrow, I want to barb Skodos. The following tomorrow, because I have money and I can do whatever I like, I'm going to buy car and I'm going to sell the car. And then see, it is very easy to do that. It is easy to live recklessly. It is easy and smooth to live anyhow. But it is very hard to be responsible. it is very hard to live responsibly. You have to understand that to live responsibly is very hard. I'm telling you, it's very hard. It's very hard to stay with one woman. It's very hard to keep a girlfriend. It's very hard to keep a boyfriend. It is very easy to go around sleeping around. This guy will have sex with you. This one will have sex with you. This one. It's very easy to do that. But it is hard to keep one man, because when you are keeping one person, you keep seeing people that are finer. In fact, the day you agree to date your crush, this person has been the love of your life, the one of your heart from day one, before the person asks you out. The day the person asks you out and you agree to date him, the next day you are going to see somebody that is finer than him, and that is like the next day you are going to see somebody finer. And see, let me tell you, every day you now begin to see somebody. You will see somebody finer yesterday. You will see someone. In fact, you now keep comparing. You keep comparing, and really, whatever you compare becomes small. Every time you compare things, that thing becomes small. The only way to keep your sanity and to keep, the preciousness of whatever you have is to never compare it with another person. The moment you begin to compare, that thing becomes small now. So you have to understand that you cannot just be doing yourself. You can just not be doing you. That is your life. It's not your life. It's everybody's life. Every destiny that is tied to you. Every destiny that is every destiny that is connected to you. All those destiny, they depend on you, and they place a demand on you that you be responsible. If you are not going to be responsible, then you would have wasted your life. You would have wasted the purpose for which God called you. So, please, that is that. We shatter that one too. Do you is such a wrong thing to say. I know this one, it comes from society. They say, just do you, just do you. Please, don't just do you. Do the things that glorifies God. Do the things that achieve your purpose. Do the things that call for destiny achievement. Do things that affect people's lives positively. Do things in such a way that makes people, feel good about themselves. You understand? No matter how painful it is to you, don't just live your life for yourself. Live your life for others too. So now, number 4, under identity and under mindset and identity reorientation. So there is this one is actually very connected to the do you that we just discussed. This one is fake it till you make it. How many of you are faking it till you make it? You are faking it till you make it. Please, I believe when they say fake it till you make it, I believe there are two sides to it. There is the positive side and there is the negative side. The positive side to it is that you are really not faking it, but you are just, as Christians, for those of you that are Christian here, even if you are a Muslim, there is that aspect of faith that what you wish to become in life, then you begin to act it. You understand? That one is different. I know that I'm a billionaire, for example. I know that I'm a billionaire in life. God has said it, I'm a billionaire. Because of that, there are certain behaviors that I will try to shed, off my own self, so that, those behaviors are unbecoming of a billionaire. Do you understand? So, because Nifemi says, person we don't fake am since never people will not kill me. Yeah. So, please, the positive aspect to it is that there are certain behavior, there are certain conducts that are not worthy of somebody who claims that he wants to become a billionaire. For example, those of you that go to parties and then you'll be fighting for food at parties. You are saying you want to become a billionaire in life, and then you go to parties and begin to fight for food. Do billionaires fight for food at parties? That's a shameful behavior. You begin to fight. That's a very shameful behavior. Do you understand? Okay. The subtopic is identity, mindset and identity orientation. Mindset and identity orientation. So mindset and identity. So a billionaire that goes to party and begins to fight, over a plate of jollof rice. I mean, that's shameful. So as somebody who is looking to become a billionaire, I begin to act in a way that gives me respect in the society. I might not have money now, but I begin to act as, I begin to imbibe the characters of somebody who is rich. Do you understand? So I begin to be. So that one is the positive side of it. Not that you now go to parties, you now even go with nylon. You go with poly bag to parties. When they give you food, you now be pouring the food. You stylishly carry the food, take it to the table, you pour it inside nylon. And when they come the next time, you say you have not eaten. And some of you, when you go to party, you have to taste all the food that they cook in that party. The first time they come, you say, what are you going to eat? You eat jollof rice. The next time, they say, what are you going to eat? You say, you eat amala. The next time, they say, what are you going to eat? You eat the, what's it called, the finger foods that they have. You eat everything at that party. So please, that one is not a character that is becoming a millionaire. So please, there is the positive aspect of that fake it. If the fake it, you make it. If what they are saying is that you have to start acting, what you wish to become, then it's fine. But if the fake it, you make it is for you to pretend that you are what you are not. For example, I am not yet a billionaire. So when people ask me whether I'm a billionaire, I should not form that I have a billion naira in my account. The moment you begin to boast of having a billion naira in your account, you begin to tell people how you have one house at Semeboda. You begin to say things that are not true, all in the name of faking it, because you want people to see you, the way that you are not. Then you know that there is problem already. That's the negative part of it. You don't fake it to make anything. Be true, be genuine. Be true, be genuine. Growth is always better than pretense. Make sure that you invest, you consciously invest in your growth. You grow daily, you grow every time. You put in the work, and then you actually get to that desired level that you want. You actually get to that desired, position that you want. Not by pretending up and down. Make sure that you grow intentionally. Make sure that you grow daily. Make sure that you grow every time. You work on yourself and get better on a daily basis, so that you don't have to pretend. When you grow and your growth is sound, you don't have to pretend to anything that you are doing anything. You don't have to pretend. So please, if the fake it you make it is talking about pretense, please flee it. It is a very destructive mindset to have. You should not fake it. It is better that you are genuine. It's better that you are true. So and then okay, so the last one I will say under that I put down is you only live once, YOLO. We have talked about YOLO before now. You only live once, you only live once. Please, you only live once, but by the time you die, your track record will keep living life. You know that our impact normally and usually outlive us. By the time you die, your impact will live on. So if you only live your life as if is life, so you are going to live once, then by the time you go, what are things people going to say about you? And the truth of the matter is that whether you did well or whether you did bad, people are still going to have something to say about you. So you don't only live once, you live forever. As a matter of fact, you can live forever. A man can live forever. Look at somebody that discovered electricity. That man, even he has died so many years, but electricity, his impact in life lives on. Every time we talk about electricity, we are going to talk about man. Please, you have to understand that a man is more than the physical carcass of this body that you see. A man is more than nose, eyes, head, teeth, fine lips, white teeth. A man is more than being tall, being handsome, being dark, being fair. A man is more than that. And when I'm saying a man, I'm talking about men and women. A man is more than, the physical look. A man is more than just wearing fine clothes and eating good food. A man is more than just having money, and chopping the head of your life. A man is more than 6 packs. Yes, a man is more than 6 packs. A man is more than 6 cars too. A man is more than all those things. A man really is more of the impact that he makes. A man is more, he speaks more about his influence. Somebody that is the ugliest man can have impact that outlive him. Nobody cares whether the person that discovered electricity, what is the name of that man that discovered electricity, that did, is it Thomas Edison, or which of them? All those, the likes of Isaac Newton, all those inventors of those days. Those nobody talk about their look. Nobody talk about their whether they are tall or not. Nobody talk about that. But people can still feel their impact. People, even God himself, we don't see him whether he's fine, we don't see whether he's ugly, In fact, all the things that we say, you are good, you are sweet, you are fine. How do you know that God is all that? God is God. God does not have to be fine. Being fine is human beings' construct. We are the ones that constructed this. I am fine, I am not fine. Some of you say, you even say, okay, Michael Faraday, thank you. So some of you say, you even say, I am in the image of God. So you think you are in the image of God because you are fine. What about those people that are ugly? Are they in the image of the devil? Are they in the image of the devil? You are, most of you, what you see before you say you are in the image of God is your physical look. I tell you for free, your physical look is not in the image of God. Your physical look is in the image of your parents, whoever gave birth to you. Your physical look is not in the image of God. You resemble your parents. If your parents are ugly, I'm telling you, you are ugly. If your parents are fine, you are fine. You understand? So please, your image is not even the physical appearance. When we say we are in the image of God, we are not talking about well set teeth. We are not talking about well carved eyebrows. Look at my baby now, Director Beam. She does not have front hair and she is carrying it with pride. That one now, are you telling me that God does not have front hair? All those kind of things, they don't concern. Whatever you are, however you look, if you are in the image of your parents or your forebears, whoever gave birth to you, you are not the image of God, physically speaking. But you are, what makes you God is a function of influence, is a function of impact. Now, we don't see God physically, but we can feel him. We don't see God physically, but we know that he's the Almighty. We know that he's responsible for everything that happens around us. So if God wants to be concerned about his physical look and not about the things that happen, that means the rain will start falling one day and not stop. Sun will just come out one day and night will not come. But God knows that life is more about influence, is more about impact than it is about physical appearance. So please, you don't live once. You live your life as though you are going to live forever. And when you know that you are going to live forever, you are going to be conscious of the kind of impact of the things you say, the things you do, and the impact that you make, on people's life. So that is that. So please, you can't be living recklessly and then you say, okay, I only live once. You must be purposeful. You must live purposefully. Living purposefully is daily activity. Daily activity. I saw that Director Beam did one. Is it a seminar or podcast now that he did recently? And he was talking about purpose, and I took one or two from all those things. So purpose is a daily affair. It's something that you do on the basic things that you do on a daily basis, the way they interact with people and affect other people's life. That is purpose. Purpose is not one grand thing that you become in the future. Purpose is what you do on a daily basis. You are fulfilling destiny. You are fulfilling purpose as you do those things on a daily basis. So you can't be saying you only live once. You only live once. You only live once. Bimbo Mabinuna. I'm sorry for that stray bullet. Don't worry, I will make it up to you. All right. So, okay. So I'm very watchful of my time. I'm very mindful of my time. So please, now that is that on mindset and identity reorientation. Mindset and identity. So we are done with mindset. So the other part that I was asked to look at. Okay. So I'm still going to talk about now. I'm still going to talk about finance and responsibility reorientation, or finance reorientation generally. But now we are going to speak on relationships and emotions. Relationships and emotions. This one, not too much, but I'm sure you have heard some of these things too. Number one, under relationship reorientation, number one, you have heard that a man's job is to provide, a woman's job is to support. Some of you are not married, but then you are still going to get married. I'm sure this is a parenting village. A lot of you are going to become parents. You have heard this a lot. A man's job is to provide. A man's job is to provide. A woman's job is to support. And it's not this one now. I know a lot of you might have one of those you've had, and that is what we are still saying. You have had a lot about these things, and they have affected, your manner of thinking. Truly, a man's job is to provide according to the Bible. A woman's job is to support. That's according to Genesis chapter 1. You understand? When God say, okay, you are going to do this. You as a man be doing this. You as a woman, or maybe it's chapter 3, when after they ate fruit from the Garden of Eden and all those. All right, but really, I don't know how to really say this in a way that it helps you. It is everybody's job to provide. It is also everybody's job to support. All right. When we are talking about marriage, you understand? Maybe you and your husband, the wife and the husband can agree on whatever works for them. Do you understand? Of course, any man of the house, the husband, should be responsible enough to know that the bills in that home, the provision for that home, for the children and everything, largely rest on him. You understand? And the woman is just there to support. But if you look at it very well, the woman is not just supporting. The woman too is doing a lot to fulfill her own side of the bargain, because it's the woman that will carry the baby, it's the woman that will take care of the babies and all, and that one too is a full-time job on its own. But the point that I'm trying to drive at really is that women should not subject their ambitions, should not subject their also should not suppress their ambition, should not suppress their God-given talent, should not suppress the things that they are meant to become in life. They should not suppress it in the name of playing supportive role to any man. Women should not come to the point where they feel that, okay, it is only my husband's job to provide, because most of the time what we human beings, what we do to provide for our home, or what we do to provide for anyone at all, most times those things are tied to our career, most things are tied to our ambition, those things are tied to our advancement in life. So the day you now tell a woman that your own job is not to be providing, to be bringing money into this house, your own job is to be playing supportive role, what you have done, even if you don't know it, is that you might have relegated that woman, to the back of ambition. The woman might lose ambition and say, well, my job is just to support, my job is not to provide anything. Meanwhile, the woman had ambition, the woman had things that she wanted to do. The woman too want to fly. A woman, a girl child, or a woman or a lady too deserve to fly, deserve to achieve things, deserve to plan things and achieve them. A woman deserves to invent. A woman deserves to become an inventor. A woman deserves to become a rich person. A woman deserves to be wealthy. So, but if you keep telling them that their job is just to play supportive role to any man, you might be doing more harm than you understand. I hope you understand. And I know many of you want to play full housewife to one allergy, but it's fine. If your ambition is to play full housewife, just make sure that here what we are doing is not really to give you a manual on how to live your life. What we are doing here is to ensure that you have your own mind to think. If I see any woman that decide that, okay, I want to become a full housewife and that's my ambition, yes, let such person, let her become full housewife and do it perfectly well. That is also fine, as long as the man that she is dealing with is also interested in that kind of arrangement. That is fine, no problem. But let's just make sure that the reason why you are not working is not because somebody says that you are only meant to be playing supportive role. A woman that wants to become an accountant general of the federation, that is supposed to be pursuing courses in accounting, then suppress that woman's dreams in the name of playing supportive role, and the woman sit at home just to be playing full housewife for you. That is what is bad. That is where it becomes dangerous. All right, a woman's job is to provide, a woman's job is to support, a woman's job is to provide, a man's job is to also support. Men should support women, women should support men. Men should provide for women, women should provide for men. Sometimes provision is not limited to monetary. Provision sometimes is their emotional provision. There are things that you provide to the man that the man did not even know that he needs. And then until you begin to provide that you realize that, okay, I really thank you very much. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for doing that. So when you have a woman that understands what provision means, that understand that she has to be global. Women deserve to be global in their mindset, the same way men deserve to be global in their mindset. Women should be restricted. Women should not be limited. Women should not be relegated to playing supportive role. If that supportive role means that she is not going to pursue her own ambition, she's not going to pursue a career. You understand? Some women's career is to become full housewife. I've had women that told me that their own goal in life is to become full housewife to an allergy, is to be an allergy's wife. It's fine. It's fine. You understand? Just make sure that you are doing that, not because somebody told you that that's what you're doing. Make sure that you calculated yourself very well. And because even as a full housewife can have impact in life, a full housewife too you can be a full housewife and have generational impact. You understand? There are children coming from you. There is a way you can focus. Your husband is rich, and you know that your own goal in life is to be focused on the home, focus on training your children in such a way that they become global personalities. That is also an ambition. You can achieve that, and it is good. You are helping the country, you are helping the nation, you are helping the world. But let's understand this thing, that the reason why you are doing that is not because somebody said this is how it's supposed to be. You have your own mind to think. Please, I hope you understand that. Not that it is influenced. So, because if the way I'm telling you now, a lot of you now decide, I'm never going to become a full housewife. I'm just going to pursue my career because one Abiodun has told us, you will be repeating what we are trying to correct you from. You will be doing the same thing we are saying you should not do. You understand? Don't do it because I've said it. Do it because it's your mind. Do it because you thought about it, and you actually decided, to do it. So I believe that is sorted. So there is need for mutual respect. There is need for shared responsibilities, and that is what makes relationships stronger. No, it's not a man that's supposed to do something and a woman that's supposed to do something. People should do things, as it comes to them. People should do things genuinely. People should do things without being forced to do. And that is how life is supposed to be. So please have that mindset as you go into relationships. Also, there is this saying that as long as it feels right, and I'm talking about with connection to love. I say you love this, and say I feel it feels very right. The fact that it feels very right does not mean it's right, though. You understand? True love has to be guided by character. Character, very important. And real love has to be grounded in truth. Please, two things. True love has to be guided by character, grounded in truth. Guided by character, grounded in truth. Somebody is saying love is blind. See, don't let that blind love lead you into ditch. Don't just be throwing emotions around. Every time the discussion around love comes up, you're only throwing emotions up and down. You say, I feel safe in his hand. I feel that feeling. I pray that it will not be your end at the end of the day. You understand? You have to understand that true love has to be guided by character. True love has to also be grounded. It has to be grounded in truth. If it is going to be called love, there has to be element of truth, and there has to be element of good character. Don't just say I feel very right. Anytime I'm with the guy, I just feel safe. I feel may your safety no go become your undoing at the end of the day. So please don't it's not all feelings that are right. You can feel it, but it doesn't mean that it's right. Ensure that you always have your mind to think about the love. Ensure that you always have your mind to say, okay, this is what I can take, this is what I cannot take, this is what I can take, no matter whose ox is God, no matter the person that is question. Don't love somebody so much that you become blind to the red flags that the person is giving you. Ensure that you can see clearly. Ensure that you're clear. While you can feel, please ensure that your mind is clear. Ensure that you make your decision and you make a very sound judgment. Because really, let me not lie to you, the greatest decision that a man or a woman can make in this life is the decision of the person that you are going to spend the rest of your life with. The person that is going to be your partner, that you are going to spend the rest of your life with, goes a long way to determine how long and how joyful your life will be. Don't go and spend life with somebody that will make your life a living hell. You understand? So please ensure that wherever you are making a decision that has to do with love, ensure that while your feelings should be there, ensure that you also bring your sense, into the play. Truth and character, two very important things. Make sure that the person is a person of good character. Make sure that it's also grounded in truth. The person is not lying to you. And sometimes when somebody is lying to you, it's very easy to know. But you know, this notion that love is blind is what makes all of you not to see it. So you now, when the thing now happens, when the person eventually breaks your heart, you will say, I didn't know. You knew, but you chose not to see it. And that is that. Another one is this one that you must, before you get married, everything must be sorted for you. Make sure that you are settled before you get married. Make sure that you have everything in place before you get married. You see, the truth is that it's not everybody that is going to have everything in place before they get married. In fact, 50% of a lot of people that have gotten married did not have everything before they got married. Most of the time, you are just wasting your time. All right? Most of the times, you are just wasting your time. Say everything has to be settled, everything has to be settled. You have to have your own house, you have to have your own car, you have to do this, you have to do that. Please, if you see somebody that loves you enough, that you love enough, and then the time is right, you look around, you just make sure that you are the one making your own decision. Make sure that you didn't get married early. You didn't get married early because they said it is good to get married early. And you didn't get married late because they said you have to have everything in place before you get married. Make sure that if you are getting married early, you are getting married early with your mind. You are not going to regret it. Make sure that if you are getting married late, you are getting married late having made your own decision. All right? But please, don't let it be because they said something is why you are not going, is what's going to influence your marriage. There is a limit to how far you can begin to allow what people have said to dictate, how we arrange your life. So please, take that one too. It's better that you marry right. All right? Marry right. Now, left to me, I will advocate that you marry early, but it's also important to marry right. If marrying early will mean that you are not going to marry right, please, it's better you marry at the time that you can marry right. But if God helps you, the marriage is right, the relationship is right, marry early and it is fine. So that you don't go and be using your age to be chasing a 5-year-old boy up and down. So that is that. Then there is this one. This one I want to tell you now. I'm going to tell you, two parts to it. It is the part that men don't cry. You understand? Because strong people are not supposed to cry. Men don't cry. You have to be strong. Strong people are not supposed to, show their emotion anyhow. You see me, because of the kind of background that I came from, there was no chance to even cry. There was no allowance to even shed tears. I mean, things were tough that we were not even given the opportunity to show our emotion. We were not given the opportunity to display our emotion. So because of that, I grew up, with the mindset that, see, men are not cry. You understand? And I still hold on to those thoughts till tomorrow. But really and truly, what is supposed to be the actual truth is that anybody can cry. You can express your emotion anyhow you like. If expressing your emotion means that you don't cry, it's fine. If you expressing your emotion means that you should cry, it's fine. Nobody should force anybody to do anything. In fact, to say that men have to cry is another bad orientation that needs to be corrected. Men do not have to cry. Even women do not have to cry. But if you think crying helps you to express yourself, please cry. Please cry, my brother. Please cry, my sister. If you think crying helps you to express your emotion, crying is not gender-based. That is only women that cry. It's only men that cry. No, crying is not gender-based. Crying or shedding tears is an expression of the pain that you feel within. And then it is good that you bring out those pains sometimes. It's just that most of the times crying doesn't solve any problem. So you have to understand that while you can cry, if you feel you want to cry, please cry. But you also have to understand that it doesn't solve the problem. What solves the problem is taking action. You understand? So that is also an orientation. So whichever one you want to do, just make sure that you are doing you. You understand? Just make sure that you are doing you in the sense that you have your own mind, and it's your mind that you are bringing to think original thoughts. So, okay, do I want to cry? Don't say you are not going to cry because you don't want to show yourself as being weak. You understand? Well, people that cry are not weak people. People that cry are people who maybe are emotional, and it is good to be emotional. It is good to express that. Please cry. So don't cry that it's only strong people that it's only weak people that cry. Please strike that one out. Sometimes before you can heal, you have to express yourself. You don't have to hide it. You know, especially those of you that maybe you suffered heartbreak one way or the other, and then you don't know how to express it. The boy is not coming. You know, I had an experience with one of my very good should I call her daughter now, lately. You know, she experienced a heartbreak, and you know it was so devastating. They had a relationship of 3 years after a lot of promises and all. So and she was telling me, I've cried a lot. I didn't ask her why were you crying, because sometimes the only way can really, pass out the pain and forget all about it and start the process of genuine healing is actually for them to cry it out. When they cry it out, then healing starts from there. So please, it's fine if you cry. Please cry your cry, please. Then away from that, please, there is now um growth and character orientation. Growth and character. There are some things that have been said around growth, around purpose, around character. One of those things is that if it is God's will, it will just happen. If it is God's will, it will just happen. They say, if it's God's will. You see that statement, there is no greater scam. And this is not to remove the hand of God in how things happen in life, or in what's it called, in the organization of the world as it is, or in what happens to we human beings. It doesn't mean that God does not have a hand in it. But one thing we have to understand is that God has designed the world. God is not, you see, if you read the Bible very well, it says that God created heaven and everything that is in it within how many days? Within about 6 days. And on the seventh day, the Bible says God rested. You see, the fact that God rested means that God perfected everything that he wanted to do. Now, there's another part of the Bible that says that heaven, even the heaven of heavens, is the Lord's. He said, but the earth has he given to the children of men, to the Son of Man. So what that means is that God has programmed the world in a way that he has programmed the world in a cause and effect arrangement. If you understand what I mean by cause and effect, meaning that if this person does this thing, this will happen to this thing. If this one does this, this will happen. So it is a life of actions and consequences. You have to understand that actions have consequences. When you do something, then there are consequences to what you have done. So the moment you understand that the saying that if it is God will, it will just happen. It will not just happen. You have to put in the work. You have to pray. If you are a believer, you have to pray. You have to put in the work. You have to, include your own participation. You have to prepare for it. If it's going to happen, please, if it's God's will, it's going to just happen. It will not just happen. If you don't prepare, it will not just happen. If you don't pray, it will not just happen. If you don't take action. In fact, a lot of people I always tell this to people anyway, that don't let life happen to you. Make sure that you are the one happening to life. Somebody posted something on his status which day, and I reposted it. The person said, before okay, the person says, make sure that you have your own house before you hit 30. Before you hit 30. I don't know if somebody can help me type that. He said, make sure, let me type it. Make sure you have your own house before you hit 30. So the person said, make sure you have your own house before you hit 30. I now told the person, yes, thank you, Rachel. I now told the person, what about those people that 30 hit? You can hit 30. 30 can hit you. 30 hit you when before you know it, you're already 30. And you just wake up one day, they are just wishing you happy birthday. And you're like, how old are you today? Say, I don't know my age. I think I was born in the year so. They say, you are 30. I say, I'm 30. How? I can't be 30 so quick. It's not possible. That kind of person, 30 hits him. So when you say we should make sure that we get an apartment or our own house before we hit 30, what about those of us that 30 hits? And truly, that's how life is for some people. Life is hitting them. They are not hitting life. They are not the one happening to life. Life is happening to them. Life happens to you when you don't prepare for anything. Every opportunity that comes to you, there is no one you prepare for. I always tell people this again, that opportunity abounds. Opportunity is everywhere. And let me use that allowance to say this. There is another saying that you have heard all your life, that opportunity comes but once. Please add that one to this section, that opportunity comes but once. There is no bigger lie than that thing. Opportunity does not come but once. Opportunity comes every time. In fact, opportunity is always there. Opportunity is always there. Now, the problem is, what did you prepare for, or what have you prepared for? An opportunity is only an opportunity because it is something that you have prepared for, and it is something that you can maximize. That is why you know there's an opportunity. See, there is opportunity everywhere. Okay, there is opportunity for somebody. There is an opportunity for somebody to build a particular app that can do something for a particular company. As I'm talking to you now, in our company, we need of certain softwares, you understand, that can do certain things for us. And then that is an opportunity. Opportunity is just a problem. Opportunity is just what is it called now? Opportunity is just success disguised as problem. That's opportunity. When success disguises itself as problem, that's an opportunity. So when there is a problem, you should know that that's an opportunity. But the problem is that when there is a problem, how many people can provide solution to that problem? Your ability to provide solution to a problem is what we call opportunity now. When you can solve that problem, when they say, who can do this thing for us? And say, I can do it too. And then you do it and they pay you for it. That's an opportunity. You say an opportunity has come. They say they want to give somebody scholarship, who is the most brilliant student around here. And they say, he's so and so person. If that boy is not the most, is he going to be able to take chance of that opportunity? No. So an opportunity is always there. So the question is, what are you preparing for? And I can tell you this one for free. Whatever you prepare for, whatever you set your mind on, you will eventually get it. Whatever opportunity you are preparing for, whatever opportunity you prepare for with all aggression, whatever opportunity you decide to seek out, you are going to get it. That is how life is. There is a way nature will order that opportunity to your way, in order so that you can maximize that thing. So opportunity does not come but once, please. And please understand that opportunity is always there. Opportunity is always around you, but the question is, what are you preparing for? If you prepare for it, then the opportunity go there. Please, thank you very much. Now, this one will serve as my closing thought, is that most of these ideas, we inherited them from our parents. We inherited them from the elderly ones. The reason why those ideas were there in their own head was because it was a way for them to protect themselves. A lot of them could not be so, they could not afford to be so ambitious. Some of their own parents caused the problem. Their parents could not afford for them to be so ambitious, in order to, so to them, they are protecting them. It happened to what's it called? My dad is not so educated. Why? Because when he told me the story, I almost cried. That was the meaning of this now. My dad didn't get education to the level that he was supposed to get it, just because his mom felt, him going to get that education was dangerous for him. What happened? They cancelled, in those years now, they cancelled the school that was, at their own village. Now, the next school that they can go to, that every other person will send their children, happens to be at the faraway place. If my dad will go to that school, my dad will have to go and be living in that faraway place to be able to attend that school. Then the mother said, I cannot allow you to go, since you are my only male child. I cannot allow you to go, except you and I will go and be staying here together. And who does that? You are going to leave your husband's house. You are going to be with your child in school. That was how my dad said, if you are going to go and be staying there with me, it's better that I don't go. I can tell you for free, that's the only reason why my dad did not go to school. So you can imagine that kind of mentality. Most of those mentality came because they wanted to protect themselves. It came because they could not afford, the risk that is embedded in being ambitious. And you have to be ambitious. You have to be ambitious. So please, it's only ambitious people that change the world. It's only ambitious people that bring changes to the world. There's no place for people that are not ambitious. You must be ambitious. You must seek to achieve great things in life. The more you seek to achieve great things in life, the more your influence grows, the more your impact grows. It is better to be very ambitious, and maybe everything you will spend, in this life, by 50 years you have died. It's better to have achieved and make noticeable impact, and by 50 years you die, than for you to live 100 years a life of no impact, a life that when you die people will say thank God you are finally. There is this guy, this Access Bank MD CEO, what's his name now? He died, was that, I think he died 2025. I think he died last year. Someone, okay, Wigwe, thank you, Oluwanifemi, God bless you. Wigwe, how about Wigwe did, somebody was doing an exegesis on his life, and what that man achieved in his short life, I'm not even sure that man was up to 50. What that man achieved in his short life, some people, if you give them 200 years, they will never achieve it. What that man achieved, in fact, generations after him can never experience poverty. If it is about money we are talking about, can never experience poverty based on what that guy had put. They cannot imagine. So what is the essence of living 100 years, and at the end of the day you are not going to have much impact in the lives of people. You are not going to have much impact in the world. Even your children cannot boast that our daddy or our mommy we are enjoying today as a result of what our daddy did. You live on nothing to show for it. You must be ambitious, because our parents were not ambitious. They said all those things to protect themselves. They said all those things to ensure that they don't go overboard, because they couldn't take risk. Meanwhile, life is for the risk takers. We are expected to take risk in this life. Do that thing. Put your money in it. Learn it. What if you fail? Leave that one. You understand? Leave that one for God. What if I fail? What if I fail? What if I fail? How long are you going to keep repeating what if you fail? You will realize that at the end of the day, you will end up not doing anything if you are always afraid of failure. You are not supposed to be afraid of failure. In fact, the fear of failure should prepare you to act. Always act. Be ambitious. Grow. Don't repeat the things that came from our parents, that came from their own limited mind. You understand? The way you honor them is by growing beyond some of those things that they say. Let them see you and understand that you have changed the narrative. Let them learn from you that the things that they have said over the years, are not the things, that it should be. And in fact, you are the one living life as it should be. And a lot of you that like all these social media quotes, so you just pick one in quote wise saying from social media. Somebody will just post something. You say, deep is deep. Some of those things are not deep. They are just well-worded, foolishness. They are just, somebody just package foolishness and they use, big grammar to and then posted it, and then you are saying it's deep. When you see some of those things, you have to think about it. Some of you skid, it is from Davido. You say you don't know that it's your bias towards those people that is speaking. You like some people so much that whatever they say, even when they are communicating foolishness, you think that thing is a deep. See, it is only a deep foolishness. It's not deep kaka. It is not wisdom. It's not every popular quote on social media that is wisdom. You have to be able to think, for yourself. People should not be determining how your mind works. And then with that, I believe that, you are on your path to, greater things. So that is where I will stop. The time that is allocated to me, I believe the time is up now. So thank you very much. I have really had a sweat time with you people. Thank you for engaging. Thank you for okay, let me check. Okay. They said I have 20 minutes more. Okay. So yes, it's true. Let me talk about the finance part quickly. So we have finance reorientation. Now, number one thing I would like to so I'm very sorry. I think I missed the finance part truly. My time remains 20 minutes. So finance reorientation. So very quickly, the number one point I will touch under it is, have you heard money is the root of all evil? How many of you have had money is the root of all evil? I mean, I think that one is even coming straight from the Bible. That one is coming straight from the Bible. It says money is the root of all evil. Money is the root of all evil. And as a matter, number one, because by the grace of God, I'm a Bible person, so I have to really reconstruct that. It is not money is the root of all. Thank you, Amy. The love of money is the root of all evil. That is how it is in the Bible. I understand, but how people have said it, don't forget, we are talking about how people have said it, how they have said it. When they see a child that is trying to be overly ambitious, that is trying to maybe look for money, or that has this money mentality from a very young age, what do they say? They say money is the root of all evil. Most of our parents say all those things to put the fear in us. When they feel maybe you are chasing money too much, they forgot that what the Bible said was the love of money. You understand? They now believe that it is the money that is the root of all evil. So please, the love of money is the root of all evil, not money itself. Money is a tool. You understand? Money is a tool. You have to be able to control money. When you begin to worship money, that is when you love it. That is when we can now be saying the love of money is the root of all evil. But if you are seeking to get money so that you can control it, you must be able to control money. It is the same Bible that tells us that money answers all things. There is nothing you will do on this earth realm without money. And when I say money, I'm not only talking about paper money or naira or dollars that you have. You understand? I'm talking about currency. Currency is whatever you can spend to get whatever you need. And in fact, relationship itself is a currency. You can spend the relationship, you can spend influence. You can spend influence. There are certain things that you want to buy, they will say leave it, just because they know you are popular. There are certain places that the video will get to, who wants to buy something. People will prefer to snap with Davido. The fact that Davido came to their shop to buy something, they will just take a picture of him and they will give him that thing free of charge because of his influence. They know that his influence will do more for them than the money that he's going to give them. So relationship is a currency, influence is a currency. So just like we have money. So once you understand that, you will save yourself from this. Money is the root of all evil. And it is not bad to find money. It is not bad to like money. It is not bad to chase money. It is not bad to do things to chase money. As long as you are doing that. Yeah, thank you very much. Connections are currency too. That's where I mentioned the relationship. Relationship brings connections, and those are what's it called, currency too. So now also this statement that you are too young, you are too young to start worrying about money. There is no age that is too young to start worrying about money. As long as you are a teenager, you are youth, you are matured enough to start worrying about money. And when I say worrying about money, don't just worry about money, do something about it. Well, if you want money, do something about it. And how do you do something about it? Build relevant skills. You have to understand the first rule of money. Money chases value. How do you build value? You build relevant skills. Money chases value. How do you build value? By building relevant skills. When you build relevant skills, then you are valuable. You are valuable because you can solve a problem. As long as you can solve a problem, money will chase you. Are we together? Anybody should seek to have money. You are not too young to worry about money. Please, in fact, you have to worry about money. It's just that when you are worrying about money, don't just worry. Make sure that your worry is propelling you to act on it. You must act on it. So, because you have to worry about money, money is a tool. Money opens doors. Money is gateway. There are certain places that you can never get to on account of you not having money. There are certain places that you enter just because they know that you have money. And again, when I say money, I'm talking about influence, I'm talking about relationship, I'm talking about connection, and I'm talking about real cash. All right? I'm talking about real cash too. So please, you are not too young to chase money. You are not too young. Just make sure that you are chasing money in the most honest way. You understand? If you build relevant skill, then money will come to you. So make money a tool. Don't make money a goal. Don't let your goal be to make money in life. Money is just a tool to get your goal. Make sure that you set clear goals, but realize also that you need money, to achieve some of those goals. So money is a tool, is not a goal. Now, what are the things that you now do to make money? I've told you that you build relevant skills. Now, in this age and time, let me seize the opportunity to say this. If you are currently not doing anything around digital space, like what Director Beam is doing now, if she actually monetized this platform, that she'll be making money easily. In fact, all these hours that I've been talking with you at my place of work, we want to have what we call strategy session, and then we are to invite somebody to come and speak to us on the state of things in the economy. I tell you, these are things that I can, me myself, Abiodun, I can make research, make presentation slides, and present to them the state of the economy. In fact, I know all the good English to use. I know all the indicators. I understand it. I studied finance in school. I can tell them the direction and everything, but they will not pay me for it. If I tell them that, they will just say I'm a diligent staff. But now we have to go and look for somebody, a consultant, that will come and share with us the things that we already know, but we are going to be paying that person 5 million naira for speaking with us for 1 hour. And I've been here with you people 1 hour. I've been talking now. I don't know, you people have not sent me 1,000 naira. Which day was this guy Pella? Was he live streaming? And the guy was live streaming without dropping any value to anybody, not doing anything valuable really, just to live stream and say nonsense and just bring people on board. And then they gave the guy 11 million naira. They gave him 11 million naira. You can imagine. But we have been here with Director Beam. We have been trying to do reorientation. We have just been talking. The talk is valuable, but money is not coming out of it. But what's my point? Ensure that you build skill around digital space, you build skill around technology, you build skill around AI. There is this recent mentality or narrative about AI. How many of you use ChatGPT here? How many of you use ChatGPT? They say, I once had an argument with a friend of mine that says all this ChatGPT is going to affect our ability, and it's going to affect our ability to think. It's going to kill our ability. You see, why do you want to be thinking about what ChatGPT can think for you? That's my own first question. In fact, anything that technology or IT can do for me, why do I want to think about that? That gives me the opportunity to think about other things that I think that thing cannot think about. So it's because somebody, while all of you were there thinking your useless thoughts, somebody thought about AI and somebody brought it to life. The person brought it to life so that you will not have to think about all those things again. So why then do you want to go and be thinking about all those things? Then I now ask the person, when you were in school and you were solving complex mathematics, why were you using calculator? Don't you know that calculator was AI of a particular age? The calculator that you are pressing is the AI of a particular age. So why do you now get to the point? Don't you know that life is progressing? Life is advancing. Now, life has gone beyond calculator. When I was in school, there is always this thing that you do 2 times 1 to 2 times 2, or you must memorize it. When I was in secondary school, I said, I don't have to memorize shit. The calculator is there to do it. That's why I don't have to memorize it. Why do I need to memorize what calculator will do? Let calculator do its things so that I can think genuinely other things that calculator cannot do for me. And that has been my mentality. So when AI came, I have not just paid for the skill. Recently, I booked a skill on AI essentials. I want to learn everything around AI. ChatGPT, different. If you know a lot of things that has been built by AI. In fact, AI has gotten to a stage where there's now, we have artificial intelligence. They are now going towards what we call super intelligence. That super intelligence means that AI, the artificial intelligence, will now create other AIs. So artificial intelligence will create itself. It will write its own code and will create app, will deploy app, just like human beings will write code, will deploy app. It will deploy app. It will, in fact, AI will get to a point where it begins to hack people's phone. It begins to act as human beings. It begins to, it begins to trade on behalf of people. Before you know it, a lot of people will lose their jobs because AI can just do what a lot of people will do. You understand? So they are getting to the era of super intelligence. You are still arguing with artificial intelligence. The life is already around super intelligence. The life is getting to a point where even human beings will not need to be coding again. It's AI that will be coding. a super intelligence app, super intelligence software that will now be doing the coding, and the word is getting there, and you are still, I want to write a project now. I will now go and be cracking my head. When I was in school, the project that I wrote, in fact, I went to meet my supervisor, that I started, because I chose a particular topic that was very much of interest to me, monetary policy and the Nigerian economy. So I started writing things that I know that I've learned over the years. Do you know that when I submitted the background of the study that I wrote by myself, I did not quote anybody, that I gave to my oga said that this is not how to write a project, that you have to be referencing that somebody said something. If I have to reference what somebody said, something that I now know by myself, why do I have to reference another person? So what I ended up going online, getting materials and journals that other people have done. I now started picking from their own material, that this person said this person does it, and that was what I submitted as my own project. Now, is that one my original thought? That's not my original thought. That was something I got from people. Now AI has come. You say I should do that, and that one is a true test of my intelligence. But using AI, writing an intelligent prompt that makes AI to give me intelligent response and package a project for me is not the test of my intelligence. How? Make it make sense to me. And then so far, somebody gave me one project one time like that. I did not have time to do it. I just went to AI and I just wrote the prompt. I just did everything. Lo and behold, I used AI to write a project for somebody. In fact, the person did not know, because that time I've already graduated. I was just doing freelance, and I had to use AI to write project for somebody. I use AI to do everything, but me, I already know how to do all these statistics analysis and all. In fact, the statistics analysis and everything, AI can do it for you. You just know how to write the prompt. So please, in this age and time, those that are going to, in the next 10 years to this time, those that are going to be very wealthy are going to be wealthy around these things. They are going to be wealthy around the digital space. They are going to be wealthy around technology, IT. You understand? Coding, programming, learning all these programming languages, cyber security, content writing, ghost writing, all those kind of things. So, and then AI essentials. You should start positioning yourself on how to help all these companies to implement AI. That is an opportunity for you. So you go and learn about AI and learn what companies can use it to do. What can we use AI to do in the food sector? What can we use AI to do in the banking sector? What can we use AI to do in the health sector? So you learn it and know how to help them to implement AI in their distance. Those people are going to make bastard money soon in Nigeria. So those are the areas that you need to start, looking into in this age and time. That is where life is. Life is now on AI, on IT, and on digital space. There's a lot of money to make from there. So please don't waste your time thinking if AI can do the thinking for you. Use your time to think on original things that AI cannot think about now, because really the economy is never going to be better. And those of you that always say this one, that let me eat my money, let me use it to save my life, still as a part of the you only live once. You are supposed to save. You decide not to save. You decide to spend everything because you only live one. You don't know whether you are going to die tomorrow. See, there is no time you are not going to live your life as a dead man living, because if you don't have money to be able to afford the things that you need, you are as good as a dead man that is just living, that is just walking the face of the earth. So please ensure that you cultivate the attitude of saving. Ensure that you cultivate the attitude of saving. When you save, don't just save. When the money makes sense, invest it. The money, your savings becomes an investment if that money is generating interest for you. The moment the money begins to generate interest, then it becomes an investment. Now, if you invest, you can invest in real assets, you can invest in nominal assets. In real assets is when you begin to buy properties. You buy house, you buy things that appreciate in value. Car is not an asset except you are using it for your business. Car is just a liability. All those kind of things, they are liabilities. But assets like gold is an asset. Landed properties, those are physical assets or real assets. House is a real asset. You can invest in all those, and then you can also invest in nominal assets. Nominal assets is when you buy stocks, you buy shares, you buy a bond, you buy sukuk, all those ETF rates, real estate investment trust. You invest in all those things. So those are nominal assets. They are assets that you cannot see, but it's just you owning a portion of a particular company. So save today. Please always ensure that you save. When you save, ensure that you invest your savings, and then that's how you build wealth for yourself. The economy is never going to get better, please. Just know that the economy is never going to get better, but you have to. So you have to get better at a faster rate than you have to grow at a faster rate than the economy. If you are not growing faster than the economy, if you allow the economy to go ahead of you, you are going to suffer. What some people that think they were rich in the year 2022, how are they feeling today? A lot of them are lamenting today. They are crying because they are no longer rich. What happened? The economy has left them behind. You understand? The economy has left them behind. General prices of things have increased, and then they can no longer afford them. So please make sure that whatever you are doing, you are going faster. You are going at a faster rate than the economy itself. That is how you can survive. Okay, so that is that on finance. I think we will be done with that. You understand? So please, if you have any question, please just direct everything to Director Beam. I would one way or the other, maybe either by sending what's it called, the text or something, I will respond to them. So I think we are done with that. Thank you very much for having me once again. With that, I will call it a night. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for being very active. In fact, I've never engaged a more active group of young people before. This is very good, and I like it so much. Thank you very much.
Okay. Ha ha ha. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. You guys thank him properly. Yep. 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 After teaching you this night now, I'm now thinking, what can I teach you people again? Because I'm not sure that I can be teaching you people like this. So, anyways, I'm thinking if I should drop his contact of the group to so that you can connect and thank him properly. But I don't trust you people at all. This one is already saying I love you. Before you know now, just say that one Igbo girl or one Calabar girl have collected him from me. So I'm not gonna do that. Just say your thank you. Yeah, I'm not sharing the contact. Those he's married. Check my IG. He got married this year April. Yes, and that's why he has balanced knowledge and all these things. So say your thank you. Yeah, if you have any message for him, send it to my DM. Don't worry, I'll send it to him. But I'm not sharing his contact at all. I'm not going to do that. So I don't just see people. Thank you so much for coming tonight.